Mung bean sprouts are one of the most popular sprouts in the world, and for a good reason. They are extremely healthy, they are low in calories, rich in vitamins and minerals, and can help you eat healthy with very little effort and lowers the risk of several chronic diseases. But there is a huge difference between the sprouts that you get at the stores and those that you make at home. Luckily, mung beans are the easiest beans to sprout. And in today's video, I will give you a step-by-step guide on how do you do it the right way. My name is Shrikant Singh and welcome to our channel Happy Bellyfish. So let's get started with the sprouting process, and towards the end, I'm going to explain why you should be eating these humble sprouts. I'm going to be sprouting 1 cup of mung beans. I will also show you how I've sprouted them in 2 different types of utensils. One is a steel colander and the other is a clay pot. Regardless of whatever utensil or method that you're going to use, the first step is to wash and rinse the mung bean to remove any dust and debris. Drain this water and add some water to the pot containing these mung beans. Now the mung beans should soak in water for about 8 to 12 hours. So it is ideal that you start this process in the night when you're going to sleep. Once the mung bean is soaked, then drain the water and leave it to sprout. I have divided here the soaked mung beans in 2 parts. One I am sprouting in the clay pot and the other in a colander. Which one comes out better? Let's see. The most important things to remember whenever you are sprouting mung beans or any other beans is that they need to be hydrated regularly. So at least rinse them twice a day. Do not let water collect at the bottom of the utensil. That could be a tray that you are using under the colander, or it could be even the pot, like this clay pot in which water collects and you have to keep draining it. If the water collects at the bottom, the sprouts will begin to rot. When it comes to mung beans, and especially mung beans, they sprout better in darkness. So either use a dark cloth to cover if you're using a colander or any other utensil, or sprout them in a dark place, something like an unused oven or in a cabinet. But remember, you must not forget about them. The mung beans germinate really fast. So in the first 12 hours, you will start seeing the signs of germination. And from here on, you have to basically start treating it with a lot of love and care and not forget about it. If you want the sprouts to be longer, then you need to keep hydrating it every couple of hours. So make sure the towel is also wet. So this is the day 1 of sprouting. You can see how little these sprouts are. And you can actually eat them even now. A lot of people sprout just for a day and eat it. If you want to sprout it longer, then repeat the process of hydrating and making sure that it is still in the dark place. And this is on the 2nd day, so you can already see how the sprouts have become slightly more bigger. And this will continue to grow. You'll be surprised at the volume of sprouts you're going to get. So after around 4 days of sprouting, you can see how much in volume this has increased. Now we have to see which one is better, the one which was in the colander or the one that sprouted in the clay pot. And I personally feel that the mung bean sprouted much better in the clay pot. And it could be because the temperature in the clay pot was much more constant and it was perfectly dark inside. But at the same time, it was much easier to rinse and drain in the colander. From here on, you can even continue further. You can continue to rinse, repeat the same process, and you will see that in about a week's time, this will really grow into a much bigger sprout. Those that you usually see in the stores. The sprouts will continue to grow, but you need to take a decision that yes, this is where I stop. If you let it grow too much, it will become too fibrous and too dry to eat. The sweetness of sprout will also fade away and it will become more and more bitter as time goes by. You can see how 1 cup of mung bean turned into these many sprouts. At any stage, when you decide to stop the sprouting process, let's say after 2 or 3 days, move these sprouts to a storage container and place it in a refrigerator. This will slow down the sprouting significantly and it can last in the refrigerator for a few days. For me, it has lasted for about a week easily. Sprouts can be had in several ways. You can eat them as they are with a dash of lemon juice for some added taste. You can add some seasoning oil like chili oil to it for some added flavor. They can also be stir-fried or steamed. There are several simple dishes in which you can use these sprouts, but I am going to make another video on that. Otherwise, this video will be too long. If there is any specific recipe you would like me to explain, then let me know in the comments. And if you have enjoyed this video so far, please hit the like and subscribe button and let us sprout beautifully like these beans. Now the bigger question is sprouting at home worth the effort? In my opinion, yes. You saw how 1 cup turned into several cups of sprouts. So yes, it is a very cost-effective way to do it at home. And secondly, it is going to be much cleaner and much more hygienic. If you have no one to rinse them while you are at work, then sprout them either in a clay pot or make the cloth completely wet and cover the colander when you're leaving for work. You can also sprinkle some water to keep a good level of moisture inside. You can also sprout these mung beans in a cheesecloth, something like this. But you have to remember again that it has to be kept in a place that is away from direct sunlight, or preferably it is in a darker place. This method of sprouting in a cheesecloth, it works great when you're going to sprout only for 1 or 2 days. But if you're going to sprout it for much longer, let's say 3 to 4 days, then there'll be very little room remaining in this cheesecloth, and then the mung beans will not grow as much. Sprouting is an easy and essential skill that one must have. It is especially beneficial for those people who lack time to cook and want to eat healthier. Mung beans take the least amount of time to sprout, so if you're new to this, then start with mung beans. Despite their size, mung beans are a powerhouse of nutrition. They are rich in protein containing several amino acids, and they are a rich source of several B vitamins and minerals like manganese, magnesium, phosphorus, iron, potassium and zinc. It is also a great source of fiber-rich food. Mung beans are packed with important B vitamins and selenium, which can help alleviate symptoms of hypothyroidism. The sprouts of these beans are an excellent source of folate. A 7 ounce of sprouted mung beans can cover 80% of your daily reference dietary intake, and this can be a great food for women during pregnancy. But of course, do not take this as a medical advice. Always consult your doctor before you're trying a new food. Sprouting mung beans are generally considered safe for almost everyone as long as they are clean and not infested, which makes sprouting at home essential. Some people eat it raw without problems, and some like to cook it a little. Cooking, as it is popularly believed, does not destroy everything good in it. It is perfectly safe to steam it or stir fry these sprouted mung beans, or even put it in a hot boiling soup. This cooking is done for a very little time to make it much more safer to eat. Many people who do not like to eat these sprouts raw, this is a perfect way to actually have them. Sprouting beans like this can change your life. If you're a busy person and want to eat healthy, this can help you in your meal planning. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try it, and I will see you soon in the next video.